want to talk about a couple of things. One, you mentioned at the beginning where you think or feel, and I would agree with you, that people are being more open and honest about what they're doing. And I think social media probably has an impact on that. And there's also, if we divide social media, there's like the camp of really young and kind of changing their face and getting the lips and getting the cheeks and getting all the things. And then there are, the older camp that's, aging a little more gracefully, just trying to have a more natural look. Would you agree?
Well, yes, I do agree with that. You see those two things. You see like younger people who are posting selfies with like I would call them enhancements. And then you have like some of the older people my age and above who are doing it more like, very naturally. And there's still a little bit of resistance sometimes within that group to post. In fact, I have all of my patients sign a photo consent, and they have the choice they can check off if they don't want me to share anything, if they want me to, obscure their eyes or defining features, if they're okay with putting their whole face on. And a lot of people in my age group and above are still not really comfortable with that. Whereas a lot of my younger patients are like, yeah, put it on there. So, but I do see the trend moving more and more towards, like the acceptance of this. Social media has been a huge drive, I think, for destigmatizing these procedures, and love it or hate it. Social media can be negative and pressure people to look a certain way, but it can also be really positive. I choose to follow people who, promote positive messages of self-love and acceptance. And, I think like choosing to take care of yourself isn't vain. It's just make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons, that you're doing it for yourself because it makes you feel good about yourself. Right.
And I love that you said that, because I think it's important where the social media platform can be this place of criticism and judgment and comparison, right? We're always kind of inundated with someone, I always say thinner, smarter, more beautiful than you that makes more money. I mean, that's just the reality. We all fall somewhere in the middle of whatever that is. There's always someone above and someone below. But it is interesting that you brought that up, that to encourage women to show up authentically and do things for the right reason, not because they feel pressured or that they have to. But, for me personally, there's nothing about resisting aging. Like I'm 40, I'm happy to be 40, but I'm still going to work out. I'm still going to take care of myself and eat right and sleep. And for me, doing aesthetic procedures, and I'm in a judgment-free zone, is part of that process. I'm like, I'm not going to save off father time. He's still coming. I'm not 20. I'm not going to have a 20-year-old body or a 20-year-old face, but I want to tip into my 40s, 50s, and 60s with a little bit more grace for me personally. And that's my journey.
I agree. Just feeling your best. And, I compare it to, it's all a spectrum. I compare it to dyeing your hair, right? Like so many people dye their hair and we don't judge that, or like you wear makeup. So I know it's a continuum, but the aesthetic procedures are on that continuum, and, they're becoming more of the norm. They're safe. They have proven track records of safety, FDA approved. So, I say, why not? If it makes you feel good, then do it.